Welcome back to CouchCast, episode 2, only 90s kids remember this, our inaugural episode of video. I'd like to thank all of our viewers for watching here today. Whether you're happy by what you see on camera, you're probably not. At least on this end, I'm glad to have you back. I'm here with our beautiful, great guest. I don't know why I just called you beautiful.
Yo, as long as you compliment me, bro, it's all good, fam. It's all good.
The fastest man in Ontario, Stephen J. Jacob, here, blessing us with his presence. So I wanted to talk for a bit. Windbreakers are back in fashion. The dollar is down. That sweet sense of impending doom. Everyone thinks the world is going to end. It's feeling a lot like 1999. So I was wondering what you thought, like why everyone kind of wants the 90s to come back.
Interesting. I'd actually say, I think as a vintage style, like as a photographer, I noticed a lot of people have been using film photography. Like everybody and their grandkids, great grandkids have been using like film photography, but now it's become like a trend recently. I think everybody just likes that whole like 90s aesthetic.
The feel, right?
That's the feel of it. I would say. Like I even realize most kids are like our generation, we go thrifting just to get vintage clothing. They even throw like throwback parties and all that stuff. Like I think this is the 90s feels because as 90s kids, we didn't really grow up in that.
In the atmosphere.
We were just born into it, but we didn't really grow up into it. Yeah, we didn't. Yeah, that's what we didn't really experience it. So like I think we're just trying to get to see how it feels because we've been like 90s rap and we never really experienced the 90s. So
yeah, everybody in 8th grade had a Tupac.
Yeah, like I've never seen or listened to this.
And like everyone thought they were a hip hop head in 8th grade, listening to like Hail Mary.
Hail Mary hit 'em up. I'm like, bro, those came out before we were alive, bro. So no, yo, only listen to 90s rap, bro. I know everything about rap, man.
Yo, I'm so tired, bro. But yo, the 90s, one thing the 90s perfected that I don't think we'll be able to like get on the level of. Right now we have really clean bomber jackets. The 90s was the era of windbreakers.
That's
and
true.
I think it was the Renaissance. Like you can't find a better windbreaker than a 90s style windbreaker.
I would agree with that still, cause there wasn't really in the 90s. There wasn't really any like bomber jackets. It was mostly like jean jackets, windbreakers, or like fleeces. So like now I think like the windbreakers, like the one you're wearing right now, is like we kind of like incorporated that style to make it more like, how do I say it? Like not really more modern, yeah. Because it's also like a bomber jacket you can wear anything, but I see people wear like dress shirts, ties, dress pants, hoodies.
It's really like it's like a utility belt.
Anything, bro. It's even good. It's not too thick, not too warm, depending on what type of bomber jacket you want. Because there's thick ones and there's
like it really works for any body type.
Any
body type, big,
bro.
Small, skinny. As long if you're wearing a bomber jacket, automatically you look clean.
You like any. I rate the bomber jacket invention. Like,
yeah. First of all, shout out to whoever created the bomber jacket. Because like you're looking out for everybody.
Facts.
So quick shout out. Imagine the person who actually made bomber jackets. Yeah, but I think
copyright. You said bomber jacket copyright. Like,
it's just like that one React channel on YouTube. Apparently, you can't say the word React without them having credit on it. You know the ones where it's like a try not to laugh challenge. That channel. Apparently, Ellen did a React thing. Like she reacted to something, and they made this really long. I think this is like old news, but they made this really long Facebook post.
Yeah,
and it read something like, "How dare you not credit us? You're reacting to something and you didn't tell us about it." That's nuts, bro. Like the entertainment equivalent of Nestle trying to own water in
bro. It's like, that's actually true, bro.
It's so messed up.
It's like, you have to copyright the word react. I'm like, but it's a word.
Yo, but that's crazy how they're trying to put a copyright on water, though.
Yeah,
it's water. You can't collect you
can't collect hydrogen.
you can't like if you put a bucket outside of your house and collect your own water, like rainwater. Yeah. It's illegal. I forget. Is it like Mexico? No, I can't remember what country it is.
Oh, you can't collect your own blood.
Like you can't collect your own water. Nestle is trying to like own water in that country. It's like it was Mexico or Venezuela or somewhere in South America.
I didn't even know about the lesson you went to today, but that's
That's the worst. Like, how do you go into work feeling good about what you do, trying to own water?
Bro, how do you wake up one morning and say, okay, I'm going to go to the office, talk to the executive owners and say I have a good business idea, and it's about owning water. What? Like, so imagine someone telling me I'm going to try to own air.
Can you imagine like the board meeting for that? Like, all right, guys, like a bunch of white suits. Maurice, Larry, thank you for joining us today. The plan for this afternoon is we're going to try to own water. Okay. Our Coca-Cola has been selling very well, but it's been pointed out to me that it's not the healthiest. And so, what is vital to human consumption? Water. Therefore, I think we should own it. I don't know.
So
it's funny because I was reading somewhere that like a lot of psychopaths, like clinical psychopaths, like real people, end up in leadership positions, like in large corporate companies.
oh, word?
So like, and they end up in those positions because of the symptoms of their disease. So because they're like ruthless cutthroat, because they don't care about people, they end up rising to the top. So it's kind of crazy how like in a capitalist society that we live in, that the craziest and the fringe of our society end up like rising to the top.
Like, yo, that's a good example, bro. Like, I wouldn't even say he's really crazy, but like the most politically incorrect person, Donald Trump, is freaking president of the United States, bro.
That's crazy, bro.
No political background whatsoever, and now he's a president of one of the largest economic country in the whole world, bro.
That's China, but I think you mean military.
The US dollar is kind of higher than the Canadian, Japanese yen.
Yeah, so, I mean, it is higher than the Chinese.
US,
what is it? What's the currency in China called again?
It's not.
It's not yen. That's Japan.
Frigging.
I forget, but I know the currency in China is lower because they're an export nation.
Yeah.
So it helps with their stuff. Anyways, aside from geopolitical analysis, I wanted to touch back on the 90s. I think people want the 90s to come back. The same reason people in the oh my god, I can't talk. I think we want the 90s to come back right now. The same reason why people who lived in the 90s threw 70s parties. When we were children, around that time, everything made sense.
Yeah.
So like you go to school, you show good manners, you behave well, you get good grades, things will turn out well for you. You go to an adult in a uniform, it makes sense. But now, it's like when you're transversing the world as an adult, when you're going around, you see that things don't always make sense. Like I used to work at this job, and we'd have to file reports, and you file the report online. But after you file the report online, you have to print it out, scan it, and then email it to your supervisor, even though the report is available online.
That makes no sense to me.
Does that make any sense? No, it doesn't make any sense. Yeah. And when I asked about it, they said, and I quote, "This is just the way that we do things." So obviously, obviously that they're not like adults don't always think in your workplace, and your colleagues aren't going to do the smartest thing. But when you're a kid, everything made sense, and plus your problems were a lot different. I want to point that out. Like when you're a kid, my nephews have been over for these past couple of weeks. My sister came to visit us. And so, like, my nephew will spill something, like, he'll spill some juice on the ground. And that's his problem for the whole day. Yeah. Like, but that's his problem today. Like, that's what happened today. Yeah. That's what he has to deal with. I spilled some juice. He'll tell me, sorry, I'll clean up the juice, whatever. What's your problems when you're an adult? You can't pay the mortgage. You know what I'm saying? That's a
no house, no place to sleep, bro.
Like 18 to 17, that's a very big difference. You know what I'm saying? And so adulthood, it's like a really big slap in the face. Yeah. I don't know. What do you think?
That's a really good point. I think that's why like most people our age still like are into the 90s as well, because like I guess just like a sense of freedom, because in the 90s the laws are way less strict. Even my dad was telling me before, he's like, oh, you can't really nowadays if you try to do like bad stuff, you can't really get away with it because there's cameras everywhere. But back then you could like steal from your local convenience store and run around, and like if candy was like 20, like with 25 cents you could buy beer stuff, bro. Now it's like a junior ticket McDouble was like $2, bro. Like back then it was like
is that your only complaint about inflation?
Nah, inflation too, but like you could do so much stuff, yo. Like, I'm just taking it in. Like it's true though. Like
if you got caught for robbing a bank in 1950, you're really just stupid.
Yeah,
because there were no cameras back then. There were no you could really. It was really the prime time for crime.
Yeah,
if you got caught with a crime it's really your fault. Like if you're in jail, like you just gotta you gotta give yourself one of these because like. There was no cameras.
There was no cameras, bro.
Like I don't think Sherlock Holmes existed to like lick the ground and be like, yeah, they went west. Like no, you know what I'm saying? Like that doesn't make any sense.
That's actually true though. Like the 90s, 90s was way easier back then, bro. Way easier.
Like even as like a person like coming into like the workplace, you can like get out of high school, not go to university, work a job in the trades, buy a house,
and get a job there, bro.
No debt, just live. And then go on to roast people our age on Facebook.
And now like people who had like degrees back then were like seen as like, oh damn, this guy's smart as hell, bro. We finished 4 years university. Now it's like, oh, you go to university too. Word.
Oh, you go to university? Oh, nice. Here's some debt and no job.
Yeah, like no job. I'm gonna make you pay like 48K for your 4 year total. But you're not guaranteed.
You're not guaranteed.
But I could get you a co-op placement.
Okay, but you don't. It's intern. You don't get paid.
Yeah. Like, bro,
that doesn't make any sense, man.
It's crazy, bro.
It's nuts. Okay, one thing I wanted to point out that I think is really specific to our generation is that we come with an innate want 90s kids to be different. I don't know, like, how do I explain this to put this into words? Like, every 90's kid will go. I keep saying 90's kid. I feel like I'm 35. People who are our age, they tend to like I browse meme pages, whatever. I look for stuff and I see starter packs, and they're relatable. You know, I'm like, oh yeah, I do that. But like at the same time, people who are like also my age will look at these starter packs, be like, yeah, I relate to that, but I'm different. I'm not the same. Yeah, I'm quirky. I'm weird. I'm on the other side. Like they want to be Jughead from Riverdale. Yeah. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, like I'm just really even like people with our age, especially people like our age in Toronto, they want to say they're doing like they're not on someone else's wave. Like, oh, I'm providing. Oh my wave. God! I'm like, this is the word. I'm providing my own wave, or I'm providing the wave. Like, bro, you're not providing. You just got someone else's idea and tweaked it a little bit and saying, oh, I provided the wave, bro. Like, bro, and they don't even like giving credit when it's due either, bro. So I don't. Oh, bro,
you sound hurt, bro.
It cheeses me, bro. Oh my God, like
that's funny.
People would jack some like people's style into all that, and then be like, yeah, it's my style still. Like, you know, I invented it, bro.
Yeah, people love just taking credit for things even though it's not theirs.
It's not theirs, and like
you know, it's not even like on Reddit. Like sometimes people will go and they'll post pictures of animals. Like they'll find a picture on Google of like a dog or a puppy, and be like, just got my puppy out of the shelter today. 30,000 upvotes, and then somebody in the comments will be like, "Quit your bull. I reverse image searched you." Yeah, imagine
like yo,
it would be so easy to be a con artist in 1950, bro.
Yeah, because everyone would believe everything you said. Because like
you spoke, say I pull up and I got you said doing hand tricks.
That little
mush. Yeah.
Yo, that's actually true. Man comes out with a suitcase. Like, yeah, I know him, but he has no like proper like requirements. But I trust him.
No, imagine you're walking home from work in the slums, and there's a guy with 3 cups on the table, and he takes all of your money for the day. Right. Yeah, you want to make some money? Say, where's the ball? Find the ball. And he's like playing 3-card Monty with you, and like you can't find it, and like people, that was a way. I'm pretty sure a lot of people made a living.
Yeah, and this next one, I don't know what game is it, bro. Even gambling using CeeLo, dice, all those stuff. Yeah.
Oh, the magnetic dice.
Yeah, and there's what's like you saw jumping jacks, like
craps. I think it's called.
Or like you throw it and you have to pick up or something.
Jacks. Jack. That's how you know these errors are so whack, bro. Imagine playing jacks.
And like and people putting money on it. Like
imagine like sitting in a circle with your friends, hunched down, playing jacks. Just come on, big money, jacks. That's lame, bro. That's really bad. People complain about like the era of smartphones or whatever. Yeah. And it's like, I'm sorry that you had to like use a map. Like how is your inconvenience my fault?
Trying to go to SEC today, bro?
Like imagine being on a road trip and like
I think Fairview's that way.
I think we're based on the wind.
And like there's no like buses, nothing, bro. You have to get like your
use the position of North Star, just looking up like this.
It's like, yeah, I think we're going north, yeah.
Like, oh my God, it's so bad, bro.
And people like us, you're like, oh, you trying to go Scarborough today? All right, I think from the direction the wind's heading, I think we're going towards the Scarborough Town Center. I think we're going the right direction.
Oh no, we're in Brampton.
Yo, bro, it's crazy, bro. Yo, time and like this evolution came a long way, bro.
Yeah, remember when we were in elementary school and your teacher would say to you, you have to learn these timetables because you're not going to have a calculator in your pocket. Let me just
let me just pull up my phone.
Let me just pull up my calculator app real quick.
On my phone.
Oh, I'm sorry, Karen. Did you say something? Because clearly the calculator app is right here. I don't know why I got so aggressive, but I feel like we all had some bad elementary school teachers. I had some pretty garbage elementary school teachers.
I had some super duper trash ones.
Yeah, let me tell you a story. I remember I was in 3rd grade, and like I took the eraser off the back of my pencil. And I have no idea why I did this. I was trying to hit something. I wasn't trying to hit the teacher. And like, if you're a parent and you're watching this, which I highly doubt, just make sure to talk to your kids about what's going on at school in general, because like stuff like this could happen and they might not tell you, like this. So, whatever. I was trying to like flick the cap of the eraser somewhere, and it hit my teacher like in the back. First of all, it's an eraser cap on your pencil, so this weighs nothing. There was no pain. Yeah. There was nothing, and like. I missed because she was as close to me as Steven is right here. What is Steve. And so, Steve. And so I'm laughing because the name, like, there's only one letter difference between the name Steve and Steven. But it sounds a lot different. Like, you know what I'm saying? like the guy who introduces himself as Steven and the guy who introduced himself as Steve.
Hey, there's only one letter at the end.
You know what I'm saying? They're two very different people.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
One missing letter.
Well, the one letter difference is that's where all the sauce lies. You know what I'm saying? But, and so like whatever, I hit this teacher, and so she looked at me. She took me outside of the class. She threw me against the wall, and she was like this far away from my face, and she was like, "If I ever see you doing this again," I can't even remember what she had said, but like extremely inappropriate. Not something that you're gonna want to do in an elementary school, of course. And so she got away with it anyways. And so, like, I don't know if you have like a similar story that you want to tell.
Yeah, I remember this was a grade 8. Oh my gosh! So I remember our classroom was like we were like misbehaving. I think because we had a.
You went to an all boys school, right?
Nah.
No? Oh, okay, I must be thinking about somebody else.
So this was grade 8. So we were like misbehaving because we got like a bad like. Basically, the substitute teacher wrote a note, and all the bad kids.
Oh, one of those.
Then our teacher, who was black, the next day, that doesn't have to do anything, but she came in the next day like, "Cheese, you had everybody's name on the list." I was misbehaving, and we were still misbehaving. So she's like, nobody could talk for like till recess or whatever. So I was asking my boy to go use his to get his sharpener, but I can't talk. My boy's like on the other side of the classroom because she moved me over.
This is terrible.
So I was like this. And the teacher seen me, and she's like, "Steve, what are you doing? That is so inappropriate. Get out of the classroom." Then she kicked me out of the classroom. She's like, "Oh, you have to write a letter, tell your principal." I'm like, "I was just asking for a sharpener." Like, literally,
nuts, bro.
Like, literally, I was asking for a sharpener, and she's like, I think because the way she perceived it, I was like,
okay, but like, come on, you gotta be fair.
I was like, what? I'm just needing a sharpener, bro. Like,
you remind me of a similar story that happened to me in second grade, bro. So like, I don't know if you guys are like avid anime fans. I watched Naruto a lot when I was a kid, and so like they used to do hand seals for their attacks. I'm just gonna give you like a short summary if you don't watch the show. Like they do stuff like this and like that, so they could attack whatever, right? And so when I was a kid, I used to watch the show, but I didn't know how to do any of the seals. So I was sitting in the back of the class just like going like this with my hands, just messing around, pretending that, you know, I was in the show.
Birdman rub.
Yeah, you know, I was doing like I was like Birdman, you know what I'm saying? I was just in the back of the class like this. And then there was a kid in front of me. His name was Amir. And Amir was also sitting in front of me. So this is an important detail. So my teacher, Mrs. Maynard. First of all, I should probably not say her name out loud. And so
there's a lot of Maynard candy there.
Yeah, there's a lot of Maynards out there. I was gonna say her first name too. I wish I would have said her first name because it's a really ugly name. She was a terrible person, man. I really hate her.
You go back to memory lane, yo.
Oh my god. So take this in. So she kicked me out, and I'm like, why do I have to leave the class? And she's like, you know what you did. I didn't realize what I did till years later. Because Amir had a disability. I didn't know. He would sometimes go like this.
Yeah.
But it was a disability.
Yeah.
I'm sitting directly behind him. He's going like this. I'm going like this. I think I'm in Naruto. He's actually having a problem. My teacher sees this and assumes that I'm making fun of him.
Yeah.
And that's why I had to learn all the hand seals in Naruto. So now I know every single one, so I can avoid. So I had, like, because we were in the same grade. So if I ever wanted to do that again in class, it was really terrible.
But not the thing with me, like from what I realized from both our stories, the teachers assumed.
Yeah.
They didn't actually come to us and ask us what we were doing.
Yeah,
they don't automatically assume it was inappropriate.
They didn't listen, bro. Listen, yo, I seen this thing on Twitter. It was this woman. She put a listening device in her daughter's hair. And then,
yeah. And her daughter, like, she can't like speak and stuff, and the teachers like were
they were saying such terrible things. She put the listening device in her daughter's hair, and then you want to pull it up?
Yeah, pull up the clip and show them.
Before we even play these, we want to warn you what you're about to hear is disturbing. Here is 7 on your side I-Team reporter Scott Taylor.
I'd backhand you right in your teeth.
How's that for anxiety?
According to parents, that's a secret recording of an instructor talking to kids inside a special education class at Berkeley Heights Elementary School in Martinsburg, West Virginia. Amber Pack sent her 8-year-old daughter to class with a recording device after the child didn't want to go back to school.
I'll punch you in your face.
A different instructor in the same class.
Well, you gotta go pee-pee? Pee-pee? Or do you not have to go pee-pee and you just want to go across the chair?
There's more.
I'm gonna pull your hair until you stop crying. Don't throw it. Don't throw. Animal, you. Yep. You winch. You're like a pygmy. You're like a pygmy.
The next day, Pack alerted the school district and the Martinsburg Police Department.
Do you think this has been going on for a while?
Yes. That was the first day I put the recorder in her hair.
Yeah, it's honestly, it's ridiculous, man.
2,000 years later.
So what do you want to talk about, man? You want to talk about death by small talk when you're at work and someone decides to come by your desk and go, Mondays, man.
Oh, yo, bro. The worst one on the workplace too is like when it's a coworker you don't really like
talk to.
Personally, me when I go to work, I'm just here to get my co-op and then cut.
Yeah.
Like if you want to talk and we start talking and we have like something like in common, I'm like, damn, I just made a new work buddy, bro. But like my whole like objective for me when I go to work is clock in, make my money, and clock out, bro. Like even for my last job, bro, I did not talk to anyone except for this one guy, and that was it, bro.
Yeah, it's nuts how like companies expect you to like be loyal to them. You know what I'm saying? We were talking about this in the last episode. Like corporate loyalty, we have no loyalty to corporations here. Let me just make that clear. But I was saying to somebody earlier, either you quit early enough to not make small talk, or you work there long enough to become the villain and you become the. How about those Mondays, man? Huh? This was kind of slow today.
Like it's crazy. Bro.
It's really bad, but I feel like no one responds to it well. And then there's that one guy who works at your job, the enabler. So the small talk guy will go up to him. He'll be like, Mondays, how about that? And they'll be like, oh, you know about Mondays. You know what it can be.
Yo,
come on, Charles.
Oh,
you know what I'm saying? And that one positive reaction just ruins your work life after that. It's 8 hours of you go golfing this weekend. Yeah. The old ball and chain had me down.
I didn't know.
You know about the ball and chain. You know about all that.
And then after there's the same guy, they'll always ask you when's your break, and they want to continue with the small talk after. I'm like, bro, please, bro, I don't want to talk to you.
Yo, man. That's one thing, bro. Stop asking me to have lunch with me on my break. It's the one time of the day I'm not obligated to interact with people, and you want to come up and be like, hey, buddy, man, you wanna grab a hoagie, man? You wanna grab a sandwich? No, I'd rather not. And then I feel bad, man, because sometimes like you'll be like, I'd rather not. I'll have lunch at my desk or whatever, and they'll look at you like defeated. You know what I'm saying? And it's not like I don't like you, I don't want to go. It's that I prefer my own company.
Yeah. Over
yours. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And it's not a knock against the other person. Like, there's not a lot of people whose company I prefer over my own.
Yeah, and I think that's what with the humans. I won't say humans as a whole, but like most humans, you're like when you like separate yourself from people, they always think it's about them. Like, bro, I'm just trying to focus on myself right now. I'm not trying to focus on you.
Yo, but to be fair, when people say I want to focus on myself right now, 95% of the time when they say that line, it's a lie. I feel like.
I mean, each its own.
It depends on like the context.
Depends on the context of how you're doing it. Like, let's say you're in a relationship with your girl and she hits you with a "just do you." Obviously, she's saying that in that context. She's mad and she doesn't want to do it. She doesn't want like anything to do with you at the moment.
If a girl tells you, "I'm just trying to focus on myself right now."
She wants to be single.
Leave. Just stop. Just stop.
She already found
Cut your losses, fam. Cut your losses and just
Let's go, fam.
Look into photography. Start painting. You have a lot more start an Instagram fitness page.
Why? Think of yourself, my kings.
Kings. My woke kings. Please. Think of yourself. I was talking about, speaking of stuff that's emasculating. I was watching TV the other night, and there was this truck commercial, and it was like, Dodge Grand Caravan, 16 by 16 horsepower. Yo, get one now.
Ford F-150.
You know what I'm saying?
That. I don't know what voice it is, bro, but it sounds like the same voice. Like
the 2012 GMC Sierra. And like whatever, own a truck, buy a truck, whatever. I don't care. But like, why are these commercials so subtly emasculating? Like, if you don't buy this car, you're not a real man. Your car doesn't have 428 torque power. Okay. You drive a mid-sized sedan. Like, all of a sudden, you're not a man if you drive a mid-sized sedan. That's low-key a bar.
Oh, that's a bar still.
That's a bar. I'm not a man because I drive a mid-sized sedan.
It rhymes too, man.
It's low-key a bar, but it's crazy how it's a marketing tactic how they emasculate you. Like, you feel the need, like,
to buy the pickup truck.
If I buy this car, I'll be a man. Like, I'll be somebody. I'll be somebody of stature. Like, corporate America wants me to base my manhood on whether or not my Ford F-150 is supercharged with 228 horsepower. Call now for 18% off APR, 2% financing. Like, it's really bad.
It's crazy.
And so, just give me 1 second. I'm getting a call on my mom's phone. Hello? Shout out to all our viewers who just got their first taste of Somali. I think that's gonna be really jarring. That was a lot of letters and sounds you hadn't heard before. But I think this is a good place to wrap up. The video. Thank you guys for watching. Hopefully I'll have another video out for you guys soon. And yeah, it was nice. It was nice seeing you guys again. That doesn't make any sense. Look, I'm gonna leave my socials down below. Steve is a great photographer. I'm gonna leave his socials down below as well. Feel free to follow us on Instagram and Twitter. I'm going to have a reaction video out for you guys soon. It's great talking with you guys, and I'm looking forward to the next episode of CouchCast, where the best conversations are the ones that connect us. Check us out on Instagram, and we'll see you next time.